The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio, sponsored by the University of Phoenix. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sally Harrison, President and CEO of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and today Karin Gadberry is here representing APN for our friend Frank.
Yep.
But before we talk about APN, let's talk about you.
Okay.
All right. So what's your background?
So I spent 17 years coaching in college athletics, and then retired from that in 2022, and went to work over in Gilbert at the Chamber.
Yeah.
Met some different folks, got introduced to Chamber World. And then through that and through Kevin DeRosa is actually how I met Frank.
Yeah.
And got introduced into APN. So
Very cool.
short little snippet of just who I am.
And
so
who
I
are
coach
you working
college.
with now?
I work for Mather Brothers Ice Company, so water and ice, and we do lots of different ice deliveries, whether it's for events or functions that are out there, whether it's the Phoenix Zoo in July to snowmaking. So yeah, we're highly engaged in the community with all the snow and ice.
Very cool. So you mentioned coaching. Do you know Meg Stevens from Arizona Athletic?
I do.
Yeah. I was with her this morning at a meeting. I'm like, I wonder if they know each other. Did you know each other prior to her work here?
Yes. So I actually, it's always a small circle, right, with people. And I met Meg, I believe it was in 2010.
Cool.
So she was back east, and that was when I got started and started to accelerate into administration. So I started coaching softball, knew that I wanted to get out of coaching softball at some point, didn't fully make the transition, but then you just begin to build relationships with other folks who are administrators. And so that was before she ended up in Virginia. So
very small world.
It's always a small world.
That's crazy. Well, I love her and the work that she's doing out there. It's pretty cool.
It's fantastic. Yeah. That's a super great facility.
Well, okay, so let's talk about APN.
Yeah.
How did you get to, you met Frank. How did you end up being a partner with Frank? And Frank's the CEO and the founder of Above Par Network, right? So how did that all transpire?
So as Frank and I got to know each other, and through a little bit of some golf, and in particular our Ryder Cup event that we have that's coming up next week, actually, with his golf background and his athletics background, we kind of just hit it off right away, and we began to kind of collaborate and piggyback off of each other. And it was like, here's how I can help you. Oh, here's what you're looking to do. Here are some things that I can't do. And then in the end, it was all about, well, we all know these different business people who are looking to elevate in business. And so, I'm forever grateful for Kevin to introduce us together, because Kevin immediately was like, yes. He was like, I think, and there was other folks too that definitely played a role, but then it was like Kevin that was like, hey, the two of you guys really need to get together, because I think both of you guys would like it. And then as I left the Gilbert Chamber and went to work in the marketing agency at DeBellevue, then it became a situation where I had introduced Leanna to Frank, and then him and I had already started having the conversations about actually going into partnership, and super grateful that Leanna was all for it. She was 100%, you guys should do this. So I think it just rose up everybody.
So now, you obviously have APN here, but also in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So as Frank has moved to South Carolina part of the time, and he's still here and there, and we always had this idea and concept that networking or business relationships are not just bound by city limits or just in one specific area, that there's people doing businesses in multiple areas, and they want to connect doing different things in different areas and just get to know different people. And so it just became more and more apparent that we should take this just from here in the East Valley to nationwide. And so there'll be more stops besides South Carolina, but not Frank and I won't run those other
Yeah.
additional spots, but like there is definite interest as we continue to take APN to a national brand.
That's awesome. So what is APN offering that most people don't know about?
So everybody all just thinks it's golf. It's not just golf. We have some different business roundtables that we run. So we bring in small groups of business owners, so the decision makers in the room. And that has been very beneficial. They really like that concept. And so we run about, 5 or 6 of those per year. The Breakfast of Champions, which you were a part of in
that was
September.
fun.
Yeah. So each one of those continue to excel. And as we bring up different topics and how we can help individuals. And of course, as you know, Frank is not into red tape or anything. Like, he likes to be able to run off the cuff with different things. And so some of the different platforms have allowed us to do that and really be able to piggyback and utilize in areas in which that we aren't strong in to be able to collaborate with other folks. And so that's where, it became really important that we wanted to do that with you. And we do it with several different businesses. So
That's cool.
It's all about that collaboration.
It is. I'm trying to think. I've probably been an APM member for a couple of years now, and it's just nice to walk in and recognize some people, but have the opportunity to meet some people that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is just there for the same reason. They're just there to network.
Yeah, they're
and to build not just their own business, but help build others.
Right. It really molds into that. How do we build those authentic relationships? And everybody does it differently, right? Yeah. And so, stay in your lane where you're good at, and then find the other folks who are in those other lanes and bring them along with you, so that then we can all just move forward on the freeway, right? And we all get to progress. That's what I like about it.
Yeah. So, the Chamber and APN have partnered with belief that collaboration happens at the top and competition happens at the bottom, which I totally believe that. With that in mind, can you share some information about an upcoming Alliance Invitational?
Yeah.
We're going to be announcing? I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so in January, we'll start with that golf event.
Yeah.
And pairing some of your members, specifically then with our APN members. And there is already garnered excitement because a few folks have already seen that there is, and really and truly, it's providing them an opportunity to say, well, I haven't ever, maybe experienced a Mesa Chamber event, or, what is that about? Like, every single chamber is different, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so how do we expose people to, someone that they may be interested in doing business with that they might not otherwise meet? Right. And so it's really, and so much business is done on the golf course. So it's an easy transition to, hey, we're going to take and strategically pair people. So, there's nothing worse if I'm an insurance agent and I walk up and then I'm playing with 3 other insurance agents, right? Like, you want to be able to have who are different people that I can partner with, right? Like, if I'm a plumber and I'm looking to make connections in with a roofer, right? Like, those are great opportunities. And I think that that's something that really in particular Frank and I are looking forward to, is being able to take some of our folks and place them with your guys' folks. So
it'll be a fun day.
Yeah, so I think it's over at Apache Wells.
Yeah. I know. He's been talking to Jay.
Yeah. So we're excited to begin that type of collaboration and partnership with them over at Apache Wells. I think I've played there one time. It's a nice little course.
It is. It's a nice course, and there's nice people there, and they have great food.
Yeah, so we'll have like breakfast and lunch, and so no, we just appreciate the opportunity to be able to bring those individuals together, and it's starting a little small, right? Like you know, 20 here and 20 on this side, but I think that then you really begin to build those meaningful relationships that both folks are looking for.
I think it's great. So talk about some of the goals that APN has for 2026.
Yeah, so, we are expanding some different things. We had some different conversations, and we were approached by some smaller businesses about some specific areas. And of course, as you know, Frank and I like to connect businesses and help them brand or story tell. And so one of the aspects is, how do we take who they are in person and then also take it from a digital presence? Because obviously I come from that background too now with the digital part. And we were already doing some different things between email campaigns or, helping a business brand themselves, in partnership or in collaboration, right? Same way that we're doing with golf, but we're going to take it the next step further. And so how do we help those smaller folks be able to tell their story.
Yeah.
And so, there's some different website opportunities that folks can build out and actually work from a strategic standpoint, not just, hey, well, I need a website. Like, what does that actually look like? How do you continue to progress it to move forward, to actually tell your story so that when somebody sees you in person, it aligns with who you are digitally? Or if somebody says, hey, you want to do this, here, go talk to my friend. They can help you with it. And so, so that's one area of interest in the collaboration with you guys on a few different events. And then we'll continue to have the APN, like kind of amateurs tour type of situation. So Battle of the Businesses will come out, although that will have a golf sector. But then there'll be continued advancements in Breakfast of Champions. So
very fun.
Wide variety of different things,
Well,
but
I'm
definitely the
excited
marketing
to
arm.
See how this plays out in 2026. If somebody wants to learn more about APN, how do they find you?
So they can go to our website at aboveparnetwork.com. We're also, our Facebook page is private, so when they go to search it, it'll ask for permission to join, and you have to be an official member. We are on LinkedIn. We post out some different information on LinkedIn. If somebody's in particular specific about not just here and they want to join Myrtle Beach, there's a separate Myrtle Beach site. Okay. So that's just over at apnmyrtlebeach.com. And then, they just reach out to Frank or myself and have a conversation. We're really big into, we want to make sure it's the right fit. Right. And so we like to have conversations with everybody who wants to join.
That's awesome. Well, we've appreciated the collaboration. I've got a handful of new members because of the Breakfast with Champions. And I think just yesterday I had a woman email me and say that she had heard about the chamber through APN. So
perfect.
We appreciate that. That's how it's supposed to work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're certainly appreciative of you collaborating with us and how we can do things better. And, when there are different situations that arise that you guys can help the business community, you're the right direction to send them to.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.